Hi everyone, this is me doing one final talk about this year's Paris before I close this chapter in my life and move on, start a new chapter for whatever it is beyond. So this year's Paris has been the culmination of about nearly 2 years of training and preparation, at least for me, starting from last year 2018 when I completed my Super Randonneur series and then did the 1000 kilometer to pre-register and book my place in PBP, and then complete my Super Randonneur series in 2019 in order to properly qualify for PBP. So after all that training and all that preparation and all the effort spent going to France, I can't deny that I'm a bit disappointed that I did not finish PBP, but that's in the past now. No point to look back and whatever, but I guess it's a good thing to reflect, think of it as lessons to learn. So if you've not completed PBP for some reason, or if you're thinking of doing PBP in 2023, well, maybe we can learn something out of this. So let's talk about my experience in France. So the first day when I arrived, checked in at my hotel. It's a rather isolated kind of a countryside kind of hotel, not the usual 4-star or 5-star thing that you may be familiar with in some kind of big city, like those Grand Continentals and I don't know what not. So things are a bit different there. We tend to be more independent and have to do a lot of things on our own. So like for example, food, the nearest place to find food for my hotel is like 3 kilometers away in a small little community called Chevreuse. And then if I go like 7 kilometers north, there is a slightly larger town, I guess, with a Carrefour market, so more things to buy there. So practically from day one, I have been riding my bike to various places, either to search for food or to get used to the environment. So that's a pro. First thing you do when you go into a foreign country for some event is get used to the environment and all that kind of stuff. So second day, I rode to Rambouillet. Rambouillet, yeah, and kind of explored the place, got used to the roads, learned how to go there. So that's all usual stuff. Third day, very rainy, very wet, very cold. I guess it's a good eye-opener. Get used to the harsh environment, so you're not just kind of experiencing the good weather, but you also prepare yourself for the bad weather. So that's kind of good as well. Then next day, another wet day. This is compulsory because it's bike check. I will have to go there regardless of how bad the weather is. So in all, I got drenched for 2 whole days. I don't know if that may have contributed to my health problem and DNF, but who knows? Maybe small things add up. So yeah. Now, after that, you see, for my start time, which is 5 AM on August the 19th, that's a Monday, we have a couple of choices. We can sleep in our hotel or wherever and then somehow get ourselves to the starting point at 5 AM in the morning. Or we have been offered a sleep package which we can purchase for 12 euros when we register for PBP itself. I took the sleep package, and I guess that was one of my first mistakes because I wasn't really sure or wasn't really used to this kind of sleeping package. But it's only 12 euros, so what do you expect from 12 euros? Basic cot, the worst thing is the blanket. It's little thin. I know it's practically useless. So that night was freezing cold, and one of my mistakes was I didn't go to my bike to get all my cold weather gear. I was in my regular Rafa jersey, the thicker one, not the not the thin kind of jersey. I guess in my head I was thinking, it's so freezing cold out there, I don't want to go out into the cold to get my cold weather gear and come back in under the blanket. So I just toughed it out. So the bad thing is I did not get any sleep at all. Maybe at most 1 or 2 hours. So important lesson, try to get enough sleep, whether it's the night before the ride or the couple of nights. Yeah, just get enough sleep, because you don't want to turn up at the event like, oh, already half dead, you know. So mistake number 1, can't do anything about that. So PBP is very hilly. I kind of expected that, at least from analyzing the ride with GPS route. But you know, theory and practice are two different things. You see it's very hilly on the route, but when you're actually on it, then only you realize how hilly it really is. And to compound that, it was also kind of cold and very windy. So I hear the 90-hour group experience even worse headwinds. But even my start time was already pretty windy. So, but I don't think the wind really affected me that much. Yeah, so I got to the first checkpoint, which isn't really a control, it's just a service checkpoint, meaning they offer food and bike mechanical stuff, but it's not where you have to stamp your brevet card. I reached there in pretty decent time. My pacing was based on the idea of 100 kilometers every 6 hours. So that comes up to approximately an average speed of 20 kilometers an hour, with 1 hour of rest spread however I want within that 100 kilometers. So the first point was okay. Then the second point was where my problem started. Halfway, around 150 kilometers in, I stopped at a little bar, wanted to get a drink, refill my water, go to the toilet. I don't know why I decided to order something. I ordered some food. They had spaghetti. So that's the only thing they had. I just went with it. That was probably a bad idea. It was some kind of spaghetti with some kind of meat. And I think meat is probably one of the harder kinds of food to digest. My first bite, I already felt something wrong, like I couldn't really eat it properly, but I didn't think much of it then, because I kind of had that same experience before in one of the BRM 400s in Parit Town, where it's a weird feeling when you try to eat. You just feel like there's a block in your throat or something, and you just can't eat. And if you force yourself to eat, you might actually, vomit. So I did the best I could, then hopped on my bike, continued my ride. It's 160 plus when I really started feeling like something was really wrong. When I tried to drink water, it was that same block. I guess it feels like there's something stuck, like a pocket of air or something stuck in the throat, and if you try to drink water, the feeling intensifies and it makes you feel like you want to puke. It also intensifies when I try to increase my effort, like when I want to try to go faster or when I want to push harder to go up a hill. So because of that, my overall power just dropped. If I look at my Strava, my heart rate also dropped significantly from that point onwards. So long story short, it was a long suffering ride for about 60 kilometers to Villens. Villens is the second checkpoint, which is a true control at 217 kilometers. So at Villains, when I went to the control, let the guy stamp my brevet card, I just told the guy, I'm not feeling so well, I think I want to quit. Then I think an important lesson that here to learn from is don't immediately declare quitting, because what happened after that was I went to their infirmary to see the doctor. The doctor did some examination, gave me some medicine to eat. Then after that, they took me to the eating hall where I ordered some hot vegetable soup, rice with curry and some fruits, a bottle of Coke, and I slowly ate the food. I guess maybe it's the medicine that the doctors gave me, but it helped me eat. The block in my throat wasn't that bad anymore. So I probably could have continued after that. So yeah, important lesson. Once you reach the control, do all you can to rest and recover. Then only decide whether you want to DNF or not. You don't go straight up to the control and say, shit, I'm gonna DNF right now. Yeah, that's probably a big mistake on my part. So anyway, key takeaways. Try to get as much rest as possible before the ride. Try not to expose yourself to the elements too much unless it's necessary. Take care of the things that you put in your mouth, especially as an endurance cyclist. That was just a stupid rookie mistake. I'm supposed to eat easily digestible foods, liquids and fruits and bread, those kind of carbohydrates, not the difficult weird ones like spaghetti and with some kind of meat on top. Yeah, 3 important things. And finally, the most important one, if you're thinking of quitting, at least rest and do your best to recover first. After that, then you can decide, do you still want to continue or do you want to quit? So, oh well. What's done's done. At least I learned from my mistakes, and hopefully in the next PBP, I'll fare better, maybe even complete. But that's 4 years from now, who knows. I'm definitely going to train and try to increase my power output because especially rolling hilly courses like PBP, it's good to have strong power output so that you can maintain your pace while going up all the different parkers and not exhaust yourself going up, Unless if you find yourself in your granny gears all the time and just pushing up and then slowly coasting down and pushing up, then that's bad because you have 1,200 kilometers of all that, If your power output is stronger, maybe like 3 watts per kg, 3.5 watts per kg or something like that, you can push up at a more leisurely pace. I'm not saying you have to race and go up as fast as possible, but the pace that you go up you must be strong enough to go up at a leisurely pace. So yeah, I have 4 years to increase my power output, so lots of training to do that. I'm still going to continue doing ODEX and get Super Randonneur awards every year probably. Intermediate goals, I don't know. There's London, Edinburgh, London. I always screw up the pronunciation for that. But that's 2021 and it's a ballot system, so who knows whether I'll get in or not, or even if I want to, because it's 1,400 kilometers. It's longer, probably harder than PBP. What else? There's Perth, Albany, Perth. I don't remember which year that is. Yeah, but the randonneuring world is kind of large if you know where to look. So still a lot of prospects in these 4 years. We'll see. Anyway, I think I've rambled on for a bit too much now, so yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you learned something from it. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, might consider liking the video and subscribing because it helps the channel grow. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.